How much family history information do you have sitting in your email? Raise your hand if you're like me and have been there, or maybe you are still there and just have a ton of it just sitting in your email ready to process. Well, it's Preservation Week 2022, and I have tips to share with you tonight about how you can manage that information in your email and do it in a way that you preserve it long term for your family future. So Preservation Week is a week where we get to celebrate and take action on preserving our family history. And I am doing a video series this week. Today is the first day of the video series where I'm talking about how you can manage information we get socially through social interactions and online. So tonight we're talking about email. If you've not met me, my name is Tania Kuntz, and I help family history enthusiasts like you get organized when managing and dealing with the overwhelm of all your family history stuff, but wanting to do it in a way that it will persevere for the future. So let me talk to you about email. And the inspiration for tonight comes from a video I actually watched last week from a man named Tiago Forte. Tiago Forte is a whiz in efficiency and organization, and his specialty is in the area of personal knowledge management. And he shared a video recently where he talks about how he manages email in just 17 minutes a day. At the core of his approach is that he touches his email only once. Wouldn't that be fantastic to be able to open up an email and only have to deal with it one time and then you're done? Well, the way he does that is pointing out there are 4 types of action that we can take when we are dealing with an email, we're opening up our email. So let me tell you what his 4 action items are and then how that applies to family history. So when you open up an email, the 4 decision points you can make are this. Number 1, is it something for your calendar? If so, go ahead and put it on your calendar. Action number 2, is it something that requires action on your part, a to-do? Then if so, put it on your to-do list. Deal with it as a to-do item, mark it and say I needed to do XYZ, and then boom, archive that email. You're clearing it out of your inbox. Decision point number 3 is it something that you need to keep around for the future? And that is most likely what we're going to be talking about when it comes to family history information that we get by email. There's information in there that we want to keep for the future. So if that's the case, clear it out of your email and put it in whatever system you use to manage information for the future. So I'm going to come back to that. Decision point number 3 is read it later. So if you open up an email and it's something that you realize you need to read later, move it out of your email and put it into a system to read it later. With those 4 action items, you can manage your email inbox efficiently and clear out what you don't need. So when it comes to family history, let's do that. We get an email with family history information in it. We want to keep it. Guess what we can do? It becomes a source. So we label it as a source. We indicate it's a source. We save it out of our email as a source. Once you do that, you can manage that source in the process that you use for managing sources, but at least you cleared it out of your email. And I was prompted to do this topic because I saw recently someone ask a question of how do I manage family history in my email? So if we can get into the habit of indicating them as sources, managing them as sources, then we cleared it out of our email inboxes and we can move it down the chain, so to speak, move it along the line in our workflow. Now, there's all kinds of ways you can manage your sources. Many of us will attach it to a family tree program, which is a great way to organize your structure of your family tree. I do personally believe, though, that it's important we manage our sources independent of any family tree software program as well. So you have a hub, a central hub of your family tree content, your family tree sources, and then you can attach it places where you need it. So that's my tip when it comes to managing family history information in email. Mark it as a source, work with it as a source, get it out of that email inbox, and go from there. So if you have found this helpful, go ahead and let me know in the comments, or maybe you have follow-up questions. I'm happy to answer them as well. But I want to keep these videos this week short on purpose so that I give you concrete tips to take, action you can follow, because I really want to help you get organized with your own family history. Tomorrow and the next day, I have 2 more videos about social media and the internet. And then on Thursday, I'm doing a webinar where I'm going to go more in depth on how you can save your family history from the past in order that it's around for the future. So I'll invite you to join me in that webinar, and I'll come back to this video and put in the links so you can have that. But I really would look forward to you joining me for that. So that's your tip for email tonight. Get it out that email inbox. If there's family history information in it, treat it as a source and work with it as a source and get it out of your email. I will see you all online later, but I am looking forward to sharing more tips with you this week. Goodbye.